Oh, that's close. Alright, y'all. Sorry for the bad quality. I've got a little bit too much light coming in here. But, yeah, I'm working on this cheap weed eater. It's a Murray M2500. It's basically just running the... out of my way. Cheap weed eater. It had an issue. I thought it was old gas. The gas was probably running on 3 or 4 weeks old. So I drained the gas, emptied every single bit of the gas that was in the carburetor back into the tank, drained it all out, mixed up fresh gas, added it in, and it ran fine for a little bit, and then it started acting up. It basically had no throttle response. So this is what I'm hoping our issue is going to be, is this little diaphragm. And the reason why it's still in the bag is I'm not 100% sure if this is the correct diaphragm for this carburetor. So I'm going to quickly show y'all how easy it is to actually work on these types of lawn equipment. It's so easy. Donnie Boy 73, you gotta watch his videos. Musty One, love his videos as well. So it's very easy. These have the air filters built into the cover. If it sticks here, it actually just goes right there. It's very, very easy to work on. Everything is simple. This is what I like. Simplicity. You see how easy that just came off there? So we got 2 torque spits here. Let me grab everything to get that taken care of. So great news. I left this piece of junk under my four-wheeler while I have part of the case off, and guess where a bunch of oil went? Yep. All over. So this is how easy these are. Is I just took these 2 screws loose, trying to keep up with my gaskets. So you're going to have a gasket on this side of the plastics. There's your carburetor. So all you got to do is take that little hook out there. Let me just go ahead and zoom right in on that and just go slip it right out. Very easy. Now your carburetor is sitting here with nothing attached. There's not a gasket technically on this side. Technically there's an O-ring right here. If it sticks to the carburetor, just stick it right back in here. Maybe use some picks or something, some dull picks or something, just to help you push it back in there. Anyways, on another note, you got 2 fuel lines. You got one that sucks fuel through the fuel filter, and the other one is a pressure line. Your pressure line that goes into it is usually going to be, yeah, there we go. That's fantastic right there. I just had this off too recently, so I don't know why that one's sticking. Ugh. So I noted how easily, let's just vent this right quick. There we go. How easily this line came off of the carburetor. So we'll have to trim the end of it off and start with a new fresh piece. So watch this. If you didn't know which one was the return and which one's the one that sucks in gas, the one that sucks in gas is always going to be attached to the body, and the one up here is the one that's going to be returned through the valve. So got some of that out. So now I'm going to move weed eater, weed whacker, whatever you want to call it. Just go ahead and get it out of our way, because now our main objective is this little guy right here, and of course I've got the charger plugged in. That's getting in the way. So all I'm going to be working on is the diaphragm under here. I won't be messing with any of this stuff. I've had all this stuff apart. I've cleaned the carburetor, so I'm just going to go straight to where I'm working and get that off. If you don't have a cordless impact, you know, not a drill, an impact, especially a 1/4 inch drive, you're missing out. you're missing out. I love mine. I've had mine for years. I've beat mine. I've used it as a hammer. I've broke it. I've drubbed it. So that's what I was looking for. It's that little piece right there. Let's check it out. Let's go ahead and just grab a holder right here. It's got a gasket on it, usually. Yeah, the gasket's on the back. Let me check that out right quick. Yeah, it's got a gasket on this side of the diaphragm. So, what that diaphragm does is, as it gets low on fuel in the on one side of it, it will kind of come in and it will push right here on this little lever, and it will open the needle right here and allow fuel to come back in down here for the jets to pick up. That's all that does. But if it don't work, it's not going to run. It will. Like in my case, it does, but not very well. So all I'm doing here is comparing the part. This one has these two little extra tabs. I ain't concerned about that as long as it's the same. It's a little bit different here, actually. Now I'm looking at it. No, it's not. I'm gonna cut a little tiny slit in this package, and hopefully we ain't gotta take it back. I'm just gonna use these because I don't see my knife. I usually keep a knife close by, several knives. There's one, matter of fact, I just recently made. I like using it. It doesn't need attention much. It just gets used. And I don't complain like my ex-girlfriend did so much. So while y'all are looking at that, I'm looking at this. So I'm looking at the new diaphragm here. What I say when it comes to working on stuff like this, don't ever throw away old parts. Keep them close by until the job is done. Because you always want to make sure you got the right part, which I don't. So what I'm saying here is a big difference. The new one has a long pin, the old one has a short pin. What's the solution? Take it back and get another one because it was $4? Probably. Most likely. I don't think this would work, honestly, with y'all. Yeah, it will. So I'm gonna install it. I'm gonna install it because I think it'll work. I really do think it'll work. If it don't, I'll take it back out. So what I'm going to do here is I want to reuse this gasket. So I'm going to gently pull the old diaphragm off the gasket. Try not to ruin it. Keep it as a backup. There's my gasket. Now, did y'all know which side that gasket was on? I didn't. It's on this side. So, I'll lay this on here. Of course, y'all can't see this. Here's how I'm laying it down. So I'll set this little metal cover. It's a vented cover for a reason, because you want atmospheric pressure on the back side of the diaphragm. So, not too good at this video and stuff here, so give me a minute. Get this lined up, because I'm trying to line up 4 different things here. A gasket, a diaphragm, a carburetor, and a metal piece. This is fun. Pause here. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to get that on there. It was pain. I had to use a pick to line up all the layers. I ended up putting the gasket underneath the diaphragm because that made more sense to me. You're trying to seal. This plate right here isn't sealing anything inside of it. It's just holding the diaphragm, which should be holding the gasket to seal between the carburetor and diaphragm, because that's where the fuel is. So that's where I put the gasket. I'm not 100% sure where it came off the old diaphragm, but I ain't too concerned about it. So now that we've got this put together, I think we got a bad notification. Might be running out of space. So I'm just going to cut it here. It goes together the same way it came apart. If your fuel lines fit on loose, snip the end of them off and stick them on. If you got to replace them, no big deal. Just go down and pick up some fuel line. It's very cheap. The one on the body, the main part of the body here, is going to be your fill in, and this is going to be your fill out or breathe out from the primer bulb. Thanks for watching, y'all. Running out of storage here to continue videoing, so I'm going to end it here and let y'all know. Do the same thing, the same process that it was to remove it, to put it back together. If I have any issues, I'll let y'all know. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, like if you enjoyed the video, dislike if you did. Peace out.